Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you that are online, because we're going back, but basically we mentioned here that you have to find a second farming area that you're looking for your buyers, and basically you're mainly, it's good that we came back, you're inviting them for your open house. So an invitation will go from you, and again, if you don't want to be expensive, I will be okay if you print this on a black and white paper and copy it, and 500 copies will cost you maybe 50 bucks. If your budget is limited to a couple of hundred a month, this place is important because you're establishing a brand name, but if you're targeting those buyers, you could do it in a different way, a little bit more affordable way, which is copying in a, just print something nice on a page and take it to Business Depot. They charge 10 cents a page, somewhere there, or 7 cents. I don't know, I've not copied for a long time, but I'm assuming it will be around 10 cents. So that will be $50, and you're inviting them for your open house. And the reason they will move depends what is their motivation. You have to find out. This will take a little bit of due diligence, a little bit of research. So that's why if you do this where you live, will be more effective because you know the trend, what's going on. If not, do online search why people are moving, find out. But generally in Markham, generally, now I'm making a very general statement, people are moving from Scarborough mainly, and the reason is newer homes, better schools, better image, and all those things, and they're thinking that they're moving to a new class. It's an upgrade in their lifestyle, according to them. I don't see much of a difference, but that's what they think. Okay, so now in addition to that, I have distributed, each agent in our office will receive 10 of these free tickets. You'll give these tickets to people that are interested to work with you, and you tell them, I'm inviting you for free, come get free information. This is one of the best ways to establish some kind of relationship with them. When they come here, that's the only day you will receive refreshments, by the way, because we don't give much for our agents, but for consumers. So you will have the first half an hour standing and talking and maybe eating at the same time or having a little bit of refreshment. So it will be a good idea to bring your client. Right? It's a good excuse. We're always trying to find a better excuse than just saying, I'm the best agent, come and buy with me. We want to find better ways, okay? So those free tickets, but it's very important that they register and reserve, because based on that we will know which space to go to. Even all agents are required to register for these events, because now we have more than 50 agents. And if we know all of you are coming at the same time, maybe because of food, then we should know, so we arrange something else, okay? So please register for all of these events. If you are registered once for this third Saturday, then I know you guys are coming every Saturday, unless you say otherwise, okay? If you're not coming, then let us know. But if you're coming, you have to commit to these things, because I want all of you by end of this year to make 100,000. Okay, the third one is easy. So that's business development. So we have been through first building your image, and that's a long-term process. We will work throughout the year and doing some specific things which I mentioned. Now developing business, and this is also ongoing. Now a lot of agents get a little bit lost here. So there are three things about these business development. It is your business development, which is basically means sales, door knocking, or this is the hard. This is what brings you money. This is mainly admin job, like filling up the forms and preparing offers and all those things that you do, getting appointments. Now, service is something that is somehow connected to business development. That means you're offering more services to your clients. For example, you're showing them, or you're guiding them, or they have a question and you have reserved your time. You're meeting them. They have got an insurance and they have a question and they need your help. Now, this is the ideal situation. Your time should be divided equally. Okay, but most of us that we have just started, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But once you get busy, you will know, because most agents, that's how it is. They get very busy, they get excited, and they drop everything to do business development. So, for example, they will drop door knocking, they will drop going to the second farming area, and they're with 5 people working at the same time. They get excited, and a couple of months later, you ask them, they're so depressed. They will tell you nothing is happening. You know why? Because they dropped the other ball, which is sales and marketing and development of their business. I'm telling you that most agents do that, because they get excited, then they drop the ball, one of those balls. So you have to juggle with these 3 balls at the same time and play it all equally, okay? So when you're a new person, this is how your ball will look like, or balls. Okay, we are online, right? It's recorded, right? So you will have a lot of time for door knocking. That's why I have given you a lot of work. So please don't be overwhelmed. Today is too much, because you're just starting, and because it's next month we are skipping because of long weekend, family long weekend. So that's why please don't be overwhelmed. But when you're starting for the first 6 months, just focus on developing your business. And appointments and service will be, but in 3 months' time, you will see a lot of appointments, because people will call you. You have to do listing presentations, prepare for listing presentations. You have buyers that you have to show. So this will take a lot of your time, those appointments. Okay? In 6 months' time, it will be a different scenario, because those appointments, you have dropped this business development, so that's why it's very small, and then you have been busy with appointments. Now they have reduced. These guys need service. They need service because of closing, because they have questions about their insurance, they have a lot of issues with their mortgage for closing, so you will be dealing with those things. This is how the trend of this business is, right? But ideally in 1 year's time, and this should be consistently moving on forward from that point, it should be more of an equal, almost try to be as equal as possible. Please do not drop this, because all of us get excited when we have 5 clients at the same time, and then you think you're the man of the day and you don't want to do anything else. But you don't know, if you don't do this, there is no money coming in next month. So never drop this business development. Are you guys following? And some of you, if you're not connecting with this, it's mainly because we have not been doing this, but eventually when you do it, you'll realize that you're making a mistake when you're too excited, overexcited. Okay, we're almost at the end of this, but I will give you a warning. When you're doing the door knocking, especially for guys, some people try to exaggerate what they hear on media and newspapers and news, and they think all guys are scary and all guys are trying to walk in people's houses and do bad things and things like that. So you might get some people that they don't like you. It's part of business. It's part of job. There might be some people that might be rude. There might be some people that they might say you have disturbed my life, or whatever the case might be. Please take this as part of job. One of the people that I came across when I started, he said it in the best way: every no takes me closer to yes. So if they are saying no, it means there is somewhere yes coming soon. So it is better to look at it in that way, in a positive way, just to smile. If they had a bad day, you're the best person that they can take it out at, because you have distracted their life. So don't take this personally, because I'm telling you, you will come across people that they will not be happy that you're doing the somehow door knocking at their. You just say within yourself, next. I like that word, next. Next. You just go to the next door. Okay, so I have tried to give you what worked for me. This is what worked for me, and sharing my experience, and I think it should work for you, but again, it depends on your circumstances. Some of you should not have any kind of barrier in your head. For example, language barrier. I told him that I have only worked for one office when I started with 185 agents. There was a Chinese lady that could not speak, I think, almost at all. I don't know how she passed the exam in Oriya, but she did. But she was one of the top producers in our office.
She worked hard.
Not that she was working within her own community. You might assume that she was working at our own community. She was simply doing door knocking. I don't know how she did it, but what I'm trying to say is that don't have barrier in your head that you're new or you cannot speak fluent language or you don't, I don't know, in your mind you think you don't look good, but I think every human being is beautiful. So don't think like that. I think you have to somehow build that confidence in you. And if you have that confidence, you approach people and don't think negative. There is no barrier to the limit of you making money in this business. It's the easiest way to make money if you pay the fees. How many of you have New Year's resolution? No one had resolutions?
Money and lose weight.
That will happen then. So then we will move on. So yes, this real estate is the easiest way to make money, as I said, but if you pay the price, and the price is that you have to practice what we teach here. If you practice, you will make the money. It's not you sitting at home and thinking that you will receive money, or some people, some of us that come from different countries, some of our families think that people grow dollars, only US dollars on trees here, and we can send them every month thousands. That's what they think, right? Yeah. So that's not the case. Unfortunately, still they have not yet figured it out how to grow trees with money here. So you have to work hard. But I have been through 7 different businesses. This is the easiest way to make money. I'm trying to repeat because I want you guys to take this, that please do not be discouraged by some barriers or some door knocking things that people are rude, or if you have anything negative in your mind, don't. I think there is nothing to be negative. You have all the things that's required to be a successful agent, and you have it. I can see in all of you. It's that if you don't do it, it's unfortunately in this business, it is not only that you're not working on minimum wage, but you're working -0. You have to give trip fees, RICO fees, paying for all the signs, printing these things a couple of hundred or more a month. So you have all these expenses. If you don't work, you're not working on minimum wage. You're working at below 0, not below poverty, below 0. Below poverty is around 20,000. You're in minus. So you have to, that should be good enough motivation to do this properly. If you do it, you will make the money, you will pay all the expenses. If not, I think we will be left with nothing, -0. So it's up to you, basically. I can say all good things here, and you guys could get all excited in this room and agree with me, but when you move out, it's like quitting smoke, and in front of doctor you'll say yes, 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 yes. Or in front of your priest you'll say, I will never commit this sin, and then once you come out, you see this beautiful lady and you want to go out. It's not going to work like that. I'm a priest here, so you guys, once you say yes, it means yes. Is that good? Yes? Yes. Okay, so homework. If you can please take notes of this homework, because we will need. You select an area if you have not yet selected. We want to know the, please, by the way, these homeworks are necessary and mandatory. There is no exception. If you're part of this group, you have to do it. So when you come next time, which is March 17th, the first half an hour, we will have all the homework reviewed, and you will have your presentation here for all of us. So that's how we will share from each other's experience. So in your homework area, you have to find the absorption rate, which is the inventory. That will show how good or bad you. We know how to do that, right? Sales divided by pending sales. Where are the schools? Catholic, public, elementary, high school, whatever school, all the schools, it's not with the use of Google and technology, it's not very difficult to find that. Shopping malls, or strip plazas, libraries, transportation, where the bus stops, how far, how many, what hours. When you're selling a house, you will come across people that they will say, my kid is going to York University, and when are the bus schedules in this area? If you don't know the answer, they will think that you're not good enough to get that commission. If you don't know, next day when you call them, they will say, you know what, they will find an excuse not to go out with you. Most of the time that clients abandon us because they think that we are not qualified. Okay, so transportation, places of worship. For some people this is negative, some people it's positive. Because some of my clients, actually my good clients were from Chinese community, I know that cemeteries and places of worship are bad luck for them. So they want to know. And if you're working with a Chinese client, they have more specifications. Unfortunately, actually, I will tell you a story. My first listing, I never forget till date, is 44 Kentish. It's on McCowan and Shepherd. If you do Google, you'll find it. 44 Kentish, Kentish. That was my first listing. I got it through door knocking. So this agent from Hong Kong calls me. Actually, sorry, this area was mainly interested for Chinese people to walk in and look at the property. It was very hot area. The owner was not Chinese, but the buyers, potential buyers, are Chinese. So they liked the property, but they didn't like the number. So I asked one of the guys, what does 2/4 mean? It means double debt. Double debt. Yeah. But before this business, actually, I was publisher of Chinese computer magazine. You guys will not believe it. I don't look like Chinese, but I was publisher of a Chinese magazine. It was distributed across Canada. Even we went to New York to distribute it with Ming Pao. Long story. Anyway, so I knew a little bit about Chinese. So what I did, I turned this positive. On the listing, I said, it's a lucky number property because 4 + 4 means 8, and 8 is dragon. So I turned this into something positive. And then I got this guy from Hong Kong, an agent, convinced to buy that property because it was 4 + 4 = 8. So yeah, places of worship, and sometimes which way it is opening to the east, I think it's lucky, right, Tammy? If it's opening to the door is opening to the east.
Yeah, east and west is both.
Yeah, east and west. Yeah.
But different part come from mainland China is east, but come from Hong Kong and then west.
Yeah, and also your door should not be opening to a street, and it should not be in front of a tree because it means devil is sleeping there or something. And then if your door is opening straight to the back door, that means money coming in, going out. So sorry?
I know that one.
Yeah. So there's a lot of those things that, anyways, places of worship. For some people it's good because it's convenient. They go to church or mosque or temple or whatever it is. For some people it's negative. So you should know. If they're asking, you should know. You're not concerned about negative or positive. You just want to be informed. And these things we have done on this flyer. You have to find out your averages and lowest and highest price for each category, like 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and where are the parks, and find out what are the strengths and weaknesses of that area. I will tell you, for example, on High Glen and McCowan area, Middlefield area, that area, sometimes you go, there is a lot of garbage around, so that's a weakness, right? The landscaping is not very well maintained in some neighborhoods. So if you're farming in that area, you should be aware of it. And you have to find a way how to handle objection. If you're showing or if you're selling, you should know how to handle those objections, that why it is like that and why it is not. But anyways, you should know the strengths and weaknesses of your neighborhood. Okay? Now these are more specific, and it is due on March 17th. So But by the way, you guys can approach anytime I'm in office. If not me, Nilo, she can handle. Because next month we are unfortunately not meeting. That's why it is making this session a little bit more overwhelming. Trust me, don't be scared. Next month it will be easy, okay? Good. But and again, because you guys are also starting, that's why this month is a little bit more tough. So you will be distributing 2 flyers, and I want to see the samples, 2 samples like this for the month of February and March. Okay? If you don't know how to find the most recent home sold by our brokerage, ask Nilo or Recha front office or anyone at the front office. So we are targeting 2 times door knocking in the selling farming area. How many of you know where you're farming, by the way? Where are you farming, Susan? What about you, Shelley?
Same area farms last year.
Which was Brimley and 14th?
Yeah, and 14th and Ricky, where we done it.
Okay. You're partnering with Hassan? And are you partner with someone?
I don't
Oh, good. So, Anil, you know where you're farming? But just a general idea? But it will be in Markham?
Yeah, I think mostly in Markham.
Okay. What about you guys?
I'm actually just started off, so I'm just still looking to see where I want to farm and so forth.
But is it Markham?
It might be Markham, it might be Scarborough.
Okay, Scarborough. What about yourself, sir?
I'm not sure yet because I live in Pickering and you said
Okay.
Pickering is not a great area.
No, it is. No, but the taxes are high. That's the only.
Yeah.
It is high, right?
It is high.
Yeah, it's very high.
It's actually a good area to farm because you
Yeah,
can
there's
meet people to
logistics.
sell.
It's out.
Move on.
Move out to Markham. What about you, Tammy?
I just contact all the old clients and some because I do not call this before.
Yeah.
I have 40 people approach, and then I keep on every month some market update to that client.
But that's a different issue. For this group, you have to do farming.
Yeah, I think
I know you don't.
do,
You don't need to lose. Oh, by the way, you're walking with your friend in the mall every day.
Yeah,
So instead, you should walk outside.
East of McCullough may be better, I think.
Okay.
North of 16 to
Okay.
Major
So
West.
pick an area.
Yeah.
We will all share our areas because next month we don't want to be overlapping. We don't want like 2 set of agents going to the same neighborhood from our office. So for the month of February, you will do it now. So this month it's already done. Just change your picture and do it now. Send it to printer. Hopefully by next weekend. Hopefully. For the month of March, because I've not seen you guys, you have to print it sometime in February. Usually, start thinking about this mid of every month, so mid-February, and then do it by end of the month. It should be distributed because people need this at the beginning of the month, right? And then you will also do 2 times door knocking in your buyer farming area. In our example, it was some neighborhood in Scarborough, or it could be another apartment building in, if you have access to, by the way, apartment buildings are very tough to get into, but maybe you will do it through Canada Post or whatever your option is, but it could be wherever that you're looking for the buyer coming to your neighborhood. And you will also create your database. It was very simple. Let me repeat, you don't want to spend money on this. It's not something that you want. It's very simple. Open, actually, you know that Google Doc has an option for Excel, so if it is online, it's accessible everywhere, anytime, from office, from home. So you can create one through Google Doc, Excel, and you will have 5-6 columns with name, date, call date, back, and address, and things, good things that we discussed. And you will also distribute 20 tickets. Now, these tickets are not necessarily to your farming area. It could be anyone that you think that they might be interested to work with. And we are giving you those tickets. Now, next month's ticket, get it from Nilo because they're not coming here. We will probably print it sometime mid next month, right?
Question. How about farming in the new developed area?
That's good, but farming in a new developed area, it might take some time because people are still just moved in. My ideal places will be newer developed area, which is somewhere between 3 to 5 years. On average, people move out every 5 years, on average. But they start moving out from 3 years. So a newer developed area is the best place to start because there are no established agent yet. So you could be the next established agent. So in Markham, some neighborhoods in Ninth Line area is newer development, or some Cornell areas are good because they are newer developed. If it is 10 years or older, I'm assuming there might be already established agents. But as I mentioned, I can tell you none of them are doing these things. They are more everywhere, or the whole Markham specialist, or something. You want to be just focusing in one area. As long as there is a good turnover, which is around 15-20%, you just need the 10 deals. Just go ahead.
Yeah, I see some agents who are just doing mail drops, and that's all they do. Just mail drops. Every month they get the same people all the time.
Yeah.
Just throw it in the cart.
Yeah, yeah. But I can tell you from experience, if this is a doorknob that's hanging like that at their door, you will get their attention much more than in the mail.
Yeah.
And because it's calendar, the chances of keeping hold on this is much higher. And because you're doing door knocking, so some of them might open. By the way, I forgot to tell you about the timing. The best timing is somewhere between 1 and 4 on Saturday. Okay?
1 and 4 Saturday.
Yeah. So you're coming to office hopefully with the other sessions 10 to 12. So arrange it in a way to go for a lunch and then go for door knocking. So book your Saturdays for this, unless you have open houses, which is usually between 1 and 4. But to start with 1 and 4. So we have only 5 more minutes, but this is the key word of the day, trust. If there is any question, especially for online people, if you want to check if there is any question, otherwise we have to end it here. No questions? No clarification because we are not seeing in 2 months.
How we can ensure, the two people are not going to the same area? How it can be done? Now, that is also an important thing, because I'm not sure about my area.
So how about you guys email me and Nilo once you select your area? If we see a conflict, then we will invite both sides and try to see how we can make it work out to select a different area. Okay? Maybe Anil has a good solution. So once you pick your area, please email me. Good?
And we will prefer to have 2 persons at one area, or 1 person.
If you're doing as a group like this, 2 people is preferred. But if you're doing it separately, no, 1 person.
Okay.
We don't want 2 agents from same office to compete in the same area.
That's right.
So if you have 2 agents working together, does that mean you have to do between 600 and 1,000?
Yeah. She's doing 1,000 already. But
Well,
she
no,
has,
I'm printing in mass. We're doing 500, but we're printing.
but how?
We design our flyers at the same time, so when we send it for print, we get a lower rate for more print.
But how can you print calendars of 2 months at the same?
Why not?
How
We
much
designed it in
you charge? How much?
It was 158 for the door hangers for 500.
So can we get it printed ourselves? This thing we can get it printed ourselves.
Yeah.
On my printer,
You can print it anywhere.
But she's
So-
saying they've increased the
They're
price.
increasing because he gave me a very good deal. I give him a lot of business, but he called. He's a really nice guy. It's like,
But
you're killing me.
how about this? You guys do your own search. Maybe
Yeah.
next
I
time,
have a very good printer. I will refer it to you.
maybe one of you guys can come up with cheaper price and refer all of us.
price. That is much cheaper price.
Yeah.
What she is saying, much cheaper price on that.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay, good guys.
Thank
so see
you.
you March 17th. Good.
Yeah.
One extra thing for me.
How was your week? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
I know. Weather was either rainy or.
That's the minimum.
Yeah. Yeah.